Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is out. I thought it was the best of the trilogy. It's a super fun movie. It completely embraces what Sonic is. I felt like the first one was kind of tame and tried to stay a little bit grounded as far as Sonic can go. 2 ramped it up a little bit with the giant Dr. Robotnik robot, and 3 just went all out. Jim Carrey goes crazy. The fighting scenes are pretty crazy. They use all kinds of power-ups and comedy nonstop and meta jokes. There's some nice little meta references in there if you've played Sonic. And if you liked the first 2, I think you'll love this one. Obviously, the cast is loaded. You got Idris Elba as Knuckles, Keanu Reeves as Shadow. You still got James Marsden. You get a Kristen Ritter appearance. So let's just get into it. I'm not going to do a super deep dive in the plot because there's no need to. Shadow has been experimented on and then kind of put away. An organization called Gun was trying to use him to create pretty much an endless source of energy with his chaos energy. After 50 years, he woke up. He wants revenge on the organization because they killed the only person that he cared about. And at the same time, someone is stealing Dr. Robotnik's tools. So Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails team up with Dr. Robotnik to go get his tools back and to find Shadow. And we find out that Dr. Robotnik's grandfather is partnered up with Shadow. So obviously Dr. Robotnik sides with those two. And they're working on this doomsday device to blow up the whole world. Shadow for spite, Dr. Robotnik's grandfather because he's bitter, and Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, Tom and Maddie had to stop him. Obviously, the main theme of the movie, which is said over and over, is that you shouldn't live your life for revenge. Nobody wins when revenge is all you're after, and you're willing to sacrifice anything to get it. Very kid-friendly messaging. There's some interesting stuff in there about not putting yourself before the team between Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. And it also touches on the idea that in order to make happy memories, you're going to have sad ones. And the best that you can do is to focus on the happy ones and not let your life be dictated by the sad memories or the anger that comes with them. Again, very wholesome messaging, especially for children who it's targeted for. It kind of plays with the idea of what is family and how much do we owe them as well. It's not anything groundbreaking, but I think that's part of what makes these Sonic movies fun, is that they don't have a super high ceiling. Like none of these are going to change your life or shatter your world, but they also have a pretty high floor. So they're not going to be a miserable experience. They're not going to be terrible movies. They're just going to be solid, good fun. And even if you don't love them, you'll think it's probably meh. And if you really love them, you might think it's a really a lot of fun. And this one I thought was really a lot of fun. I thought the way they did Shadow's fighting style was pretty neat. The opening of the movie is kind of a kid-friendly version of X2, if you've seen that with Nightcrawler. Except obviously it's Shadow, but it's very similar, very toned down on the violence. But I thought it was a really neat way to do it. The humor, I think, works for the most part. A lot of it's very kid-friendly, but they slipped a couple of jokes in there that I was surprised they would make. They're not super edgy or going to have the theater going, oh, or anything like that. Just kind of caught me off guard because with the tone of the movie, I didn't expect them to do anything beyond just kind of milquetoast puns and fart jokes and all that sort of stuff. So it was nice to see a couple adult-friendly jokes slipped in there. Kind of old school Disney style. The fight scenes I thought were really neat. If you've seen the trailer doesn't really reveal anything beyond the first 15 minutes, which is also nice. Good for the marketing team. But the way they do the fight scenes, you can easily see what's going on. They kind of slow everything down. I really like that because Sonic and Shadow are so fast that their fights, when you see them from a distance, are taking place all over the place. They're bouncing all around huge swaths of land because they're moving so fast. And when they hit each other and impact each other, there's really a lot of consequence to it because they're moving at such high speeds. So all that effort is good to see put into the movie and the action scenes to make them fun and enjoyable to watch. They also do a really good job of having pretty dynamic fight scenes in the sense that they fight in different environments every time. So all the fighting styles are different. They're kind of using different things in different ways. They're not just punching each other and running fast over and over, which is the lazy way to do it. They did a good job of making sure that Knuckles, Tails, and Sonic each have a role, that Shadow, Robotnik, and Grandpa Robotnik all have roles and things they have going on. The characters are surprisingly fleshed out for a movie like this. And at the end of the day, overall, it's just really good to see a wholesome, fun movie that really just embraces what it is. It's very genuine. It doesn't make fun of itself in a negative way. They're not looking into the camera and saying quips. It's a movie that knows what it is and just goes all out with it. I'm not going to say too much more. It just came out. If you've seen the first two and you thought they were okay, I'd go see this one. I thought this was the best one by a pretty good margin, to the point where even my wife was like, I can't believe Sonic 3 is the best movie that we've seen in theater in a while. She's still salty about Craven and War of the Rohirrim. But I'm going to leave it here for this one. Go check it out. Enjoy your Christmas. Have fun with Sonic. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. I try to respond to the comments that aren't just insults. Like and subscribe and all that shit. Thanks. See ya.